What's up, guys? Your driver Mike here, back with another live stream, and I want to welcome you on this Friday evening here. We got a lot to talk about and not a lot of time tonight, guys. Let me know if the sound is coming through okay. Today we are using the Rode Smart Lav Plus. We're going to get started here in just a second. We already got some people joining, which is awesome. I'm super pumped, guys, because we are driving tonight. We're going to talk about how to prepare for driving. We're going to talk about the Miami letter, as reported by Recode, what that Miami letter is talking about, and it's a little PG-13, guys, little heads up. And we'll be talking about how your passengers, or even you, when you take a ride, are tracked, possibly, even after you end your ride. So we already got some people joining. I want to welcome you. And you know what? Let's just jump right into it, guys. We got a good amount of people here. Let's see. Let's cut this out, guys. Let's take that off for you. All right. Want to welcome you to the live stream. Your driver Mike here. This channel is dedicated to the rideshare space. If you're a driver, if you're a passenger, or if you're someone just interested in the rideshare space, consider subscribing. I want to welcome you guys. Again, we have about 30 to 45 minutes on this live stream. We already got 4 people in here, which is awesome. I want to welcome you wherever you're joining from. Let me know in the comments, A, if the sound is okay, because we are using a different mic today, and B, where you're driving in. You know, what market are you currently driving in, and if you're driving tonight, guys. So let's get right into it, guys. Hey, John, how's it going? I am on earlier tonight versus the 3 a.m. live stream test from last night here. We're talking right now about how to prep for driving because we are going to be out there tonight. And honestly, I haven't even gotten dinner yet, guys. We need to get some sushi. We're actually using Postmates this time. I like the tracking in Postmates. Uber Eats has it as well, but the Postmates has tipping in the app, which I like. So we're going to use Postmates tonight. So we are on the clock. We're on the sushi clock whenever dinner arrives before I got to hit the road, guys, because I'm expecting pretty decent demand tonight because A, of course, we've studied the demand trends, and B, ABC, we've always checking our apps, always be checking. And I know that demand has fluctuated pretty well tonight. Tom Petty is in town. That's right, John. Here in Pittsburgh again at the PPG Paints Arena. So I will be heading deja vu back to PPG Paints Arena here in a little over an hour. So we can talk about that as well. But so what do you do for driving? How do you best prepare yourself? I want to welcome, we have more people joining here. Leave a like if you appreciate and get value in these live streams. We help you to maximize your profits and ratings in rideshare. So before you go online, right, what do you have to do to prepare yourself, okay? Well, A, let's talk about accessories, okay? What do you need to have? Real quickly, what mental checklist do you need to have before you step out the door? And actually, let's bring up the live chat here. Here we go, guys. So leave a comment, and if you do leave a comment, other viewers in the rebroadcast can see this. Hey, Michael, how's it going, man? Driving any premium tonight, maybe? Driving that Tesla, maybe? Pretty sweet. Nice to have you on the live stream. That's pretty cool, man. So leave a comment because with the OBS software here, anyone watching the rebroadcast can see the comments, and that's why we really do the live stream, is to have a dialogue between drivers. So I'm not just up here, you know, talking to you guys. I like having the dialogue. So let's bring up our agenda, which I actually haven't even updated. Let me update this real quick here, guys. From last night, we did a stream last night at 3 in the morning because that's how I roll, guys. We are a night owl crew here. Okay, there we go. All right, there we go, guys. So right here down below is what we're talking about tonight. That's our agenda. Again, talking about how to prepare for driving. We're going to talk about the infamous 2013 Uber Miami letter and what that means and what was on that letter. And again, it's a little PG-13, guys. And we're going to talk about how the Uber app may be tracking you as a passenger or your passenger after they end the ride. Michael, I will only drive until 5 p.m. unless I get a reservation for nighttime. Okay, I got you, man. Very cool. Nice having you here, by the way. I appreciate that. So again, with accessories, what do you need to have before you step out the door? A phone charger. Not for passengers, for you. The last thing you want is thinking that your phone is at 100%, and then you go online and notice you have like 10% left on your phone, right? You're going to be grounded. You're going to have to find a gas station. You're going to have to buy a gas station phone charger, if they even have one. Please remember your charger, because I have done it. I have ran out the door on a very high surge, and I forgot my really massive, wingman, which is my phone charger. So grab the phone charger on your way out. Secondly, obviously, which should probably already be in your car, is you need to have your Uber and your Lyft trade dress. And depending on what state you're in, you may be required by law to have the front-facing and rear-facing trade dress on the front windshield and or the back windshield. Check with your green light help location or contact support to see if you need it on the both front or back windshield there. Thirdly, the interior of your car, okay? You don't need to do a complete detail, exterior or interior of your Uber and Lyft vehicle. If you saw the recent video did, and if you're watching the rebroadcast, I will link it right up here. We did a basically complete detail of the Dodge Caliber, which is what I use for Uber and Lyft driving. You don't have to go out every single night and wash that car. You don't have to go, inside your car, cleaning everything, wiping everything down. It's nice to do that every now and then to give your car good detail. Can lead to higher tips, can lead to certainly a better experience and ratings from passengers. But don't worry about doing that every time you go drive. Full disclosure, guys, as a newbie, when I first started, I basically did that. Now, I didn't wash it every day because, again, here in Pittsburgh, we get so much rain. But most nights, I would be inside of my car before going online, wiping things down, making sure everything's pristine. You don't really need to do that, okay? The time that you're doing that, you may be missing some surge or prime time demand, okay? You're not paying attention to the app, all right? You're spending more money on cleaning supplies, and typically, you're gonna see somewhat marginal gains from tips. Now, if you have a very nice car, if you're on premium, or if you're on Uber Black, let's say, then I would probably advise to do it more frequently, just because that's part of the luxury experience. But if you're on the Uber X platform, you don't necessarily have to be doing a full detail every night, guys. And I see some more comments coming in. Thanks for joining the live stream, Simon. Michael, let me just touch on your comment here. Notice that the new Lyft app on the passenger side, it doesn't tell them the primetime percent, just the final price. So it seems like upfront pricing, if I'm reading that correctly, from Lyft as well. And we can actually jump in the Lyft passenger app because, of course, as you guys probably know, we have separate apps now on the driver's side and the passenger side for Lyft. So let me set up pickup location. Oh, check it out. That's pretty cool. I'm going to actually, in order to show you this, guys, I'm going to do this. I just want to show you something I think is pretty cool. If it shows me the right address, which is not. All right, let's try something else here. There we go. Something, little feature here on the Lyft app. We have Pride Week here in Pittsburgh, and we have some colored cars there in the kind of multicolor colorway there. Pretty neat for the Pride weekend, all weekend. And we have a concert here as well. So let's set our pickup like Michael mentioned here. I'm just going to set it wherever. I'm going to set a destination. I'm going to set a end point here. So Michael, you were saying they don't show you any prime time percent. Yeah, pretty much. I'm seeing upfront pricing. I don't think that's new. I'm pretty sure that Lyft has had upfront pricing, to my understanding. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what it'll show. That's it. It'll say, hey, here's your total. And notice, if I can get it to focus, guys, you'll pay the price above unless you change your destination or add a stop. That's upfront pricing. Good observation. I didn't see if it was prime time zone, but that's good to point out. Simon, I appreciate you joining the live stream. I appreciate you commenting here. Uber and Lyft starting on June 29th here in Buffalo, New York. Looking forward to starting. These trainings are great. I really appreciate that. That means a lot, Simon. That means a whole lot. I appreciate you guys when you leave a like, when you leave a comment, that you guys get value from these live streams and the tutorial videos. Speaking of, if you guys are enjoying these live streams and tutorial videos, hit that like button and the bell notification. That'll ensure that you know when I go live and when I post a video. Simon, a note about that. My girlfriend is actually from the upstate New York area, and I'm pumped for her back home for them to get Uber and Lyft. I think that's pretty cool. Good possible earnings opportunity for drivers, especially because when Uber and Lyft launch, we're probably going to see a lot of driver promotions, incentives to sign up, bonuses for driving, for taking a certain amount of rides per week, let's say. So Simon, let us know. Follow up maybe on this live stream on the rebroadcast or another live stream or video. Let us know how that's going for you whenever they do launch in New York, guys. So finishing up about preparing for driving. All right, we talked about chargers, cleaning. All right, really all you need to do with cleaning is dump out your floor mats, mainly, unless something's really gross in there, then you can wipe it down or Windex the windows. Just take your floor mats out, which you should have floor mats, by the way. And if you don't, look at the top accessories video that we did on the channel. Dump the floor mats. We also have some other notes. Obviously, your wallet, your purse, your ID. Just have the ID, obviously. Water and food for you, not for passengers again, guys. And we talk about that in our most unnecessary accessories video, what you don't really need. Have food and water for you. And remember, I talked about the hydro flask, which is sitting over here on the floor. Have something just to keep you hydrated and to keep you, full, so you don't have to stop for food, hopefully not in the middle of a high demand period. Michael, I'm curious what New York prices will be comparable to Manhattan or less. What are your thoughts? I was thinking about that. That's a good point, good question. I appreciate you bringing that up. New York City is a lot different than upstate New York, and it's not just geography, right? It's not just a landscape. The legal differences are going to be huge. Now, I haven't really looked into a lot of the legal aspects of the more rural areas of New York, but as you guys may know, anyone that drives the New York City market, you need full commercial insurance, okay? Which is different than really the rest of the country. And that costs a good amount to have full commercial insurance. Speaking of insurance, I do encourage you guys to get a hybrid insurance, which covers personal driving and rideshare. Okay, it's kind of a supplement to your personal insurance. Commercial insurance. Now, I'm not a expert in the insurance space, but there's a lot more costs associated with commercial insurance, and that's mandatory in New York City. So, Michael, rates, interesting to think about. I couldn't even say what they're going to be in comparison to Manhattan, New York City. That'll be interesting, though. Yeah, we have some good pricing discrepancies here in PA, for instance. Here in Pittsburgh, it's $110 a mile. Up north, about 2.5 hours. Excuse me. In State College, it's $175 a mile. Okay, and there's a lot of data that goes into that. So let's move on from preparing for driving and talk about this Recode report, which talked about this Miami letter. Okay, and let's just bring up a little thing here. So in 2013, Uber CEO Travis Kalanick released a email to Uber employees launching their 50th city in the country, which was Miami. And this is the title script of that email. And what it talked about was pretty interesting. So what this talked about was really the rules and things you can or cannot do for this launch party that they were having. And one of the criteria was having, let's say, intimate relations with coworkers. And Kalanick explicitly detailed the do's and don'ts of that. And I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Now, he did mention that there should be no interaction in direct lines of command, no drugs, narcotics at this party, no, he said don't get arrested, don't throw up at this party. But the point that's getting a lot of attention here is do's and don'ts for, I think little personal engagement between coworkers. So this got a lot of backlash. Again, 2013, Uber was fresh. Uber was still, very much a new company. But as we know, there's been a very slippery slope, and this is kind of showing where that came from. That the culture of Uber apparently has always had this kind of atmosphere of being somewhat, I don't know what the right word is, but rambunctious, okay? And Kalanick has recently admitted that he needs leadership help. And I can link this below in the video description here on the rebroadcast if you guys would like, detailing in full this email to employees about this party in Miami. So if you guys have any questions on that, any other questions on our first subject, which was preparing your car for driving, let me know right now, guys, before we move on. If you have any questions whatsoever about how to prepare your car for driving, any further questions about this Miami letter, which was just announced by Recode, let me know and leave a comment below. And again, for anyone new to this live stream, if you're just jumping on, this channel is dedicated to the rideshare space. If you're a driver, if you're a passenger, if you're someone that's just interested in the rideshare space, consider subscribing. We would love to have you as part of your driver team here. Let's see how many people we have on right now. Oh, we have 6 people. That's awesome, guys. I'm loving it. That's sweet. 6 people online. And we got 7. I appreciate it, guys. Leave a like if you're getting value from this live stream, any of the tutorial videos. I love talking to you guys because there is that back and forth, all right? This isn't just a lecture about, hey, do this and this and this to drive for Uber and Lyft, right? Because there is no path that's set. Actually, let's get Kalanick's email out of here. Out of here, guys. We don't need that. We don't need that. But, I mean, there is no set-in-stone way to drive for Uber and Lyft. It's variable on your market, what kind of car you drive, what kind of service, how you approach customer service. Michael, if Travis puked in your car, would you charge him a cleaning fee? Per Uber policy, it is my duty to charge him a cleaning fee, right? I would absolutely charge him a cleaning fee. Doesn't matter who it is. I don't want anyone throwing up in my car. We talk about accessories for driving, and that's one of my recommended accessories, guys. If you're driving the late night bar hour, get sick bags. There's a link to the YDM, Your Driver Mike Driver Store, which is has some few links on Amazon, and the ones that I use are linked down there, as well as some air sanitizers, an Armor All DC car vacuum, which is amazing, by the way. And I've seen a few people get that, and they're making good investments for only $20 on that vacuum, honestly. What do you think, guys? To the let's see, where are we sitting at? We still have 7 people watching here. That's awesome. What do you think if you had Uber CEO Travis Kalanick in your car? Would you charge him a cleaning fee? $150. Used to be $200. Would you charge Mr. Kalanick a cleaning fee? Let me know, guys. So again, let me know in a comment below any questions on prepping your car, the controversial Miami letter, or dealing with sick passengers, whether it be any passenger or a CEO, Travis Kalanick. If you have any questions, let me know real quick. I just have to take care of that Postmates order. Don't worry, I have it all set up here. I just need to click one button. We can talk about Postmates too. I actually looked into Postmates and DoorDash. And did I get a confirmation number, guys? Yep. So we'll keep an eye on that Postmates delivery. And once that's getting here, we'll end the live stream here. So that'll be a good timing. But we got about probably 30 minutes, which is perfect. I wanted to make sure I timed that with the live stream here. Any other questions, guys, before we move on? I love that you guys joined the live stream. This is awesome. I really love doing these live streams. We have 8 people watching. That's awesome. Welcome. If you're just joining the live stream, I love having each and every one of you guys here. This is awesome. We have 8 people chilling on the Your Driver Mike live stream talking about preparing your car and some kind of out there actions from Uber. Next, we're going to talk about tracking and data with Uber. Michael, Postmates doesn't deliver to your area. Oh, now you need to help me out here. Are you indeed in the Pittsburgh market? I think you may have mentioned that once. I forget, and I believe you were in the Pittsburgh market. If that's not right, let me know. All right, guys, let's talk about this tracking here. I'll show you right now. I have some notes here, but let me show you live what it's doing. And by the way, just to show you what the Uber app is doing right now. So I'm watching this. Again, I say it in other videos, guys. I practice what I preach. I'm always checking this app. ABC, always be checking. I have this open right next to me because I'm looking at demand trends. Okay, we have that concert. We have a big concert here again at PPG Paints Arena, which I didn't do so well with last night. Let's check the Lyft app real quick. Okay. You can see it's 25 to 100% prime time. 100% is good prime time, but it's all the way in the North Shore, it looks like, casino area. And we do have some power zones on Lyft, so I'll have to maybe look into that later. Michael, yes, but I don't drive regular Lyft or UberX. I go online. I wouldn't even show up on the Lyft app. If I go online, I wouldn't even show up. Right, yeah, you were saying that you drive the new Lyft Lux, I think? Or you definitely do Uber Premium. Okay. We'll move on here for everybody. We got 9 people. That's awesome, guys. I get so pumped when people are jumping on here. I appreciate you guys joining. So what Uber is doing, and what we're talking about how Uber may track you as a passenger. Okay, this is for passengers, but they probably honestly do the same thing for drivers. Okay, we saw the God mode, so they're definitely tracking drivers. Okay, we saw the hell mode as well, tracking drivers that drive for both Uber and Lyft. So they're definitely tracking you. I mean, of course, I don't think that people should really, flip out about that, considering how much, Google and Facebook track everybody, and we all basically consent to that, to the terms of service. So I feel like they're doing similar things here There's some more nuances maybe, in that, as they're tracking actual locations. But again, I feel like Google and Facebook are probably doing something similar. So let's open the Uber passenger app here. Okay, so here we are. There we go. So here we are in the Uber passenger app. If we go into settings, click on our menu button and click on settings. We're going to scroll down to privacy settings. We're going to click on privacy settings. We're presented with location, notifications, or remove stored contacts. Let's go into location. Okay. This is something that I bet not a lot of passengers are going into on their Uber passenger app. Okay. Take a look at this. And actually, I'll show you guys nice and cleanly here. There we go. Take a look at this. This is what I'm looking at right now. This is what's in that location setting, okay? Right here. Trip-related location. For improved pickups and drop-offs, customer support and safety, Uber collects device location 1 when the app is open, and 2 for the time of the trip request through 5 minutes after the trip ends. Okay. They are tracking when the app is open for passengers and from the time 5 minutes after the trip ends. Pretty interesting, huh? So how many of you guys knew about this? Let me know. How many of us have, well, I would imagine, now here's an interesting question. How many drivers are using Uber as a passenger as well? I would think most of us, but I don't know. I do. But on your passenger side, how many of us knew about this? How many passengers do you think know about this? And apparently this isn't new. Okay, I found articles in December. Okay, you're talking like 6 months ago about this, 7 months ago about this. That Uber is tracking you if you use Uber as a passenger for 5 minutes after you get out of that car. Okay, why? Now the main argument here in some articles, and I believe from an Uber spokesperson, don't quote me on this, was stating that again, this is to help with pickup and drop off locations, in that it helps drivers find the passengers easier. That's what I remember reading. I'm not sure how, if you are getting dropped off at your house and then you're walking around in your house, okay, or if you're in, football stadium and then you go in the stadium and you walk around the football stadium. And most of the destinations that I'm thinking about, what are you guys thinking about? Houses, malls, restaurants, clubs, sporting venues, casino, arts district. You're not really going anywhere after you get dropped off. Even if it is somewhere where you can walk around. We have an arts festival going on this weekend here in Pittsburgh. What is that 5 minutes really helping Uber do? Leave a comment. I'd be interested to know what you guys think here. But this is this side. I'm getting better. This side, you have an option though. Note here, you have an option. You can keep it at trip-related location, or you can select don't use location. It says you can still use Uber with location services turned off, but some features may be limited, which means that Uber can't find you on the map as a passenger, and you have to manually enter destinations and pick up locations. How many passengers really want to do that? When the passenger app automatically saves favorites, your work location, your home, frequent, destinations. Would you really want to punch in your pickup and drop off location every single time? So I feel like if passengers did see this, a lot of them are going to be like, all right, well, it's more hassle than it's worth. So what do you guys think? Also, we have 7 people here. That's awesome, guys. I really appreciate it. We're going to have to wrap it up in a little bit. I think we're still okay on time. Yes, it looks like we're okay on time here, guys. But those are the main points that I wanted to talk about here. I do have a few other notes here. But again, I'm going to open it up to questions. If you guys have questions about anything, accessories, safety, strategies, surge, prime time, signing up, anything, let me know in a comment here. I'll give you guys a minute or two. And we'll take this off here. While you're thinking of questions, and feel free, please leave a question if you guys have any questions, comments, suggestions for the channel, anything like that, because that's what makes it a dialogue. That's what makes it much more than me talking into the green light up here on the MacBook. To have a dialogue really helps all of us learn something, nuances and strategies in the app. But take a look at this. This is what we're going to be doing tonight. Bill, what did you say a video ago about turning off Wi-Fi? Yeah, that was my video on how to stop lag on the Uber or Lyft platform. Okay, if you are on Wi-Fi when you are driving Uber and Lyft, depending on your internet carrier, if you're on Xfinity, let's say, you can use hotspots from your internet service provider. I can use Xfinity hotspots. Okay, and these are Wi-Fi hotspots. So once you sign in to one hotspot, your phone is automatically going to detect other commonly used hotspots. If you sign into a Starbucks hotspot, if you sign into whoever, these are public hotspots, you're allowed to use these. But if you sign in once into these hotspots with your Xfinity account, your phone is automatically again going to connect to these hotspots. So as you're driving throughout your city, your phone is constantly jumping in and out of Wi-Fi to LTE, back to Wi-Fi. And that transition is going to weaken your ability to see real-time changes on the Uber and Lyft platform. And once you jump onto those Wi-Fi hotspots, a lot of them can be weak. Or if you're further away, it's going to be a very low or sometimes almost non-existent signal, but you're still on the Wi-Fi. So you're not going to see really any real-time surge changes. You may miss a change, or it's going to change a lot later than everyone else is going to see it. Now, I know the concern about that is data. Okay, the first thing that we're going to hear about that is, well, if I turn off Wi-Fi, it's going to use a lot of data. From what I found, and I've driven, now again, I'm part-time, okay, so let's consider that, but during a night, I'll drive between 4 to 6 hours on the higher end, and I'm never on Wi-Fi, never. Okay, and even when I would drive even more weekdays, I'm doing less weekdays and more weekends now, let's say, I didn't have a problem with data. Okay, and I can't remember exactly what kind of data plan I'm on, but I'm not on an extravagant data plan. So consider that if you're experiencing lag, anyone driving for Uber and Lyft, consider turning off your Wi-Fi while you're driving to eliminate some of that lag. And I appreciate you commenting that, Bill. I appreciate that. Hey, Bobby, how's it going in the Orlando market? I appreciate you joining the live stream here as we wait for the Postmates delivery. Still on track with the on-demand economy, which is pretty neat. For what it's worth, you're seeing me live use an on-demand app, which is Postmates. I think that's pretty funny. I like it because I can tip in the app, and I have used Uber Eats, and I do tip those drivers much like I do, Uber drivers when I take it as a passenger. Fun fact, by the way, I'm a 4.96 passenger on the Uber passenger platform, probably because I always tip, honestly, and I'm pretty well behaved, I'd say, and that's after probably 35 trips. Not a ton, but that's a solid rating to maintain over 30 some trips. Let's see. Bobby from Orlando, I've never received a sign-on bonus. Can I still get one after my account has been activated for a few months? That last part is tricky, for a few months. If you just signed up a couple weeks ago, or maybe even a month ago, probably, that you're going to have to contact Uber support. You're going to have to go in the app, go to the help center and contact them through the app. A lot of their email addresses, basically all of them that were standalone email addresses, they don't monitor anymore. So do that and mention. It doesn't hurt to ask. All they're going to say is no. Okay, and maybe even press them a little bit. Say, well, I was unaware, of this, or it would be very encouraging to me, and it would possibly get me to drive a little bit more if I can get this, incentive. Maybe highlight how you can help them by driving more if they could grant this exception. But it's kind of going to be one of those things where they say, well, if we do it for you, we're going to do it for everybody. And a lot of times, some of these support messages are like screenshot from passengers or whatnot, and then Uber gets in trouble here if a customer service rep does something that's kind of out of the ordinary. So, but yeah, ask support. That's my best recommendation there. John, transfer 100. I've had a lot of lock apps lock up when I would hit Wi-Fi spots. There we go. Yeah, I see your correction below. I've had a lot of apps lock up when you're on Wi-Fi. Yeah, any apps that you're using, I'm sure you know this, but when you're on Wi-Fi, you jump on those Xfinity hotspots or wherever it is, AT&T hotspot. A lot of them are pretty bad. It's a public hotspot, so they probably don't pay for a lot of megabytes per second, and it can slow down your apps. Verizon, unlimited data, $45 a month. Simon, thanks for commenting. Hey, that's a pretty good deal. $45 a month for unlimited data. Do they throttle though? Are they going to throttle down your data after you use so much? All right, guys, our Postmates is coming soon here. Oh, geez, I have a notification now. Yeah, they're going to be here in a few minutes. There's a lot more to talk about here, guys. So I can grab it real quick and come back and touch on a few more points, or I can just end the live stream here. I think I'm going to do that. If you guys can hang on in a minute here, I'm just going to step away, but we're going to come right back, and we're going to get about maybe 10 or 15 minutes in. Yeah, they came faster than I was expecting. So I will do that here in just a sec. Don't go anywhere, because we're having really good dialogue right now, guys. We have 8 people on the live stream. That's awesome, guys. We've been streaming for 40 minutes. We have fantastic engagement right now, guys. I'm loving this. The dialogue back and forth is really what I like. It helps everybody, and it's really fun to see you guys commenting here. So I'm in the Postmates window here. I'm tracking the Postmates, as we're doing the live stream. Let's see if I can touch on one more comment here. Michael, I just noticed that a Square Reader has the same address as Uber headquarters. I'm not familiar with how the Square Reader works, but I imagine, can you look up Square Readers or punch in address? I'm not sure there. I need to make sure I have shoes to go downstairs, guys. I'm gonna run downstairs really fast here. Couple minutes. I got like a minute left here. Let's go Pens, Ron. Oh, that's right. 6-0, guys. 6-0 over the Senators. Now, I'm going to stay as neutral as I can here. I'm not a big hockey fan. I don't really follow it. You can see that as I was driving the actual Stanley Cup Finals game, Game 5. But yes, go Pens. I am. Did grow up here in Pittsburgh, so go Pens. But I'll keep it neutral as much as I can. All right, I think our delivery's here. Give me 1 second, guys, if you can. I would really appreciate it. I'll be right back, and we'll give you guys another 10 or 15 minutes, I say. Appreciate it. 1 sec. All right, we are back. Oh, slightly winded from running up those stairs. Not running, hustling for you guys. Ron, no Uber Eats this time. I didn't have any cash on me. Or if I did, I didn't have the right bill size to tip. And, of course, with technology here, I should have left this plugged in here. My charger for the MacBook is right behind me. Just another second here. We're doing wonderful right now, guys. All right, we are fully back, and we'll do another like 10 or 15 minutes here. We're using a very, very nice early 2017 MacBook, whenever this thing came out. It's a very nice machine, but we needed to plug it in here for you guys. So let's see what comments I missed, and let's see how many people we still have hanging on here. How many people? Oh, we only lost a few of you guys. That's awesome. Thank you for your patience. I really, really appreciate that. Everyone else in the rebroadcast, you guys probably just fast forwarded. And hopefully you didn't fast forward too much. We were just gone for a few minutes here. Okay, so let's see. Let's check out some of these comments here. Simon, they asked that. They said not for long. Okay, as far as throttling our data on unlimited Verizon plans, that's something interesting to look at. Simon highlighted a $45 unlimited Verizon data plan for anyone that's shopping around for data plans, especially unlimited. And myself, I'm actually kind of in the market for that, considering we're going to be doing a lot of social media on the channel here. We have a Snapchat as well. Excuse me. Snapchat that we're building up. If any of you guys are on Snapchat, that's just kind of more direct messaging or quick things that I want to highlight on there. There is an Instagram as well at Your Driver Mike. A little bit less monitored there. I do want it to be more in the Instagram framing environment, which is more photography, and we haven't really done too much of that. I am looking to possibly do some kind of Facebook community as well for the Your Driver team, for Your Driver Mike channel. Ron's asking about last night. How did you make out last night? Ron, if you watched that live stream that we did early in the morning, I show everyone how I did, and it was not good. I actually did not take any rides last night at all. I was expecting a 3 or 4x or higher on the Uber platform, and it really didn't do anything after the game, which is really discouraging. So rather risk the miles on the car to possibly not have a lot of surge. We came back, we did a live stream, we talked about strategy and what happened there. And sometimes you'll have that, guys. I mean, again, I've been doing this part-time for over a year and a half, and you're going to have slow nights, okay? What you may want to do, and what I've done, more so when I first started, not so much within the last couple of months, but move all of my earnings and hours into an Excel sheet. Okay, list what your payout was and how many hours you were out or how many hours you were online, okay, and record, and miles if you would like, and record the kind of ebb and flow of your earnings per hour and see how you did. Ron's asking about, did you work U2? We had a U2 concert here. Oh, wow. When was that? Today is Friday. The Pens game was Thursday night. U2 was on Wednesday night, I believe. No, I did not. No, it's either I'm either in the gym or doing some filming, some editing. I knew the concert was going on. It's just one of those things. The focus and the energy was elsewhere. I think I was focused on something else at the time. But lastly, before we go, and I appreciate everyone that's watching, I appreciate you guys hanging on there as we stepped out really quickly. Let's show you what we're going to do tonight real quick. Okay, here is what we're going to try to tackle tonight. And specifically, you can see here, 1 a.m. until 3 a.m. is really going to be our focus point. The boost incentives earlier than that aren't that great. 1.2, 1.1. It's better than base, okay? But if we're talking, big profits, trying to earn more per hour, really going to be hammering the 1.8 and 2.2 at 1 and 2 a.m. here. Excuse me, I still have that thing from last night. So with that, guys, that's what we're going to be doing tonight. I don't think I'm going to live stream later tonight, but you never know. I'll leave it open once again. If you guys have any final questions, thoughts, comments, anything like that, leave a comment right now, and we'll see if we can touch on some final points here. All right, guys, I'll give it just another second here. If you have any final comments, and actually, if you haven't already, I would appreciate if you leave a like on this live stream, or if you're watching the rebroadcast, definitely leave a like and leave a comment. Not only does that show me that you guys get value from these live streams, but it also boosts us in YouTube's algorithm, gets more people in here, and more people on the Your Driver team. All right, guys, so with that, I think we're going to wrap it up here. Your driver Mike here. I do appreciate you watching. Love doing these live streams for you. I'm going to go get some sushi, and then we're going to hit the road here. And if you're driving tonight, hope you guys do very well and work the surge, prime time, boost, power zones, whatever it may be, to get the most dollars per hour. That is it, guys. I'll see you in the next one.